Hello, welcome to today's session, IT Fundamentals. SPSS. Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. It's a versatile and responsive program designed to undertake a range of statistical procedures. SPSS is a Windows-based program that can be used to perform data entry and analysis and to create tables and graphs. SPSS is capable of handling large amounts of data and can perform all of the analysis covered here and much more. SPSS is commonly used in the social sciences and in the business world. So, familiarity with this program should serve you well in the future. SPSS is updated often. SPSS is software for editing and analyzing all sorts of data. These data may come from basically any source: scientific research, a customer database, Google Analytics, or even the server log files of a website. SPSS can open all file formats that are commonly used for structured data, such as spreadsheets from MS Excel or OpenOffice, plain text files, relational databases, Stata and SAS. The SPSS model. SPSS has similarities to both spreadsheet applications and databases. SPSS requires you to create a database and then perform statistical manipulations with the data. The key difference between SPSS and these other applications is SPSS is designed for statistical analysis. Thus, it has far better and more efficient statistical capabilities than most spreadsheet and database applications. Analyzing data with SPSS is relatively easy. You will need to complete several steps to perform your analysis. Get your data into SPSS. You can open a previously saved SPSS data file, read a spreadsheet, DBase or text data file, or enter your data directly in the data editor. Select a procedure from the menus to calculate statistics or create a chart. You can select a procedure to perform statistical analysis or select a procedure to create high-resolution charts. Select the variables you want to use in the analysis. The variables in the data file are displayed in a dialog box for the procedure. Run the procedure and look at the results. Windows in SPSS. There are 4 main windows in SPSS, and it would be useful to introduce you to what the 4 windows in SPSS are and what each is used for. First one, data view. The data view is used to store and show your data. It is much like an ordinary spreadsheet, although in general the data is structured so that rows are cases and the columns are for the different variables that relate to each case. Second one, variable view. The variable view contains the variables on your data set, so it defines the properties of your data set. Each row will define all of the various variables for one set of data. For example, for a numerical piece of data, this would show, amongst other things, the number of decimal places that are stored for that piece of data. The variables include name, type, width, decimals, label, values, missing, columns, align and measure. Ensuring that the measure of your variables is correct is vital. The variable can be nominal, which is for strings of data, ordinal for data that isn't continuous but can be ranked or ordered, or finally scale, which is used for a variable that is continuous, for example a distance to somewhere. Third one, output viewer window. This window is used to show the results that have been output from your data analysis. Depending on your analysis that are carrying out, this may include the chart editor window or pivot table window. Fourth one, syntax editor window. This window shows the underlying commands that have executed your data analysis. If you are a confident coder, this is where you can amend the code or write your own from scratch and then run your own custom analysis of your data set. Getting started. SPSS mainly uses two windows. The data editor, this is where you input your data and carry out statistical functions, and the viewer, this is where the results of any analysis appear. There are several additional windows that can be activated, such as the syntax editor, which allows you to enter SPSS commands manually rather than using the window-based menus. For beginners, the syntax window is redundant because you can carry out most analysis by clicking merrily with your mouse. However, there are additional functions that can be accessed using syntax, and this can often save you time. The startup window of SPSS is given in the figure. Once SPSS has been activated, a startup window will appear which allows you to select various options. If you already have a data file on disk that you would like to open, then select Open an existing data source. The data editor. The main SPSS window includes a data editor for entering data. This window is where most of the action happens. At the top of the screen is a menu bar similar to the ones you might have seen in other programs. Following shows this menu bar and the data editor. There are several menus at the top of the screen that can be activated by using the computer mouse to move the on-screen arrow onto the desired menu and then pressing the left mouse button once. When you have clicked on a menu box will appear that displays a list of options that can be activated by moving the on-screen arrow so that it is pointing at the desired option and then clicking with the mouse. Often, selecting an option from a menu makes a window appear. These windows are referred to as dialog boxes. The data editor has two views, the data view and the variable view. The data view is for entering data and the variable view is for defining characteristics of the variables within the data editor. Notice at the bottom of the data editor that there are two tabs labeled Data View and Variable View. All we do to switch between these two views is to click on these tabs. The highlighted tabs tell you which view you are in, although it will be obvious. Let's look at some general features of the data editor, features that don't change when we switch between the data view and the variable view. Entering data into the data editor. When you first load SPSS, it will provide a blank data editor with the title Untitled 1. When you input a new set of data, you must input your data in a logical way. The SPSS data editor is arranged such that each row represents data from one entity while each column represents a variable. There is no discrimination between independent and dependent variables. Both types should be placed in a separate column. The key point is that each row represents one entity's data. Therefore, any information about that case should be entered across the data editor. For example, imagine you were interested in sex differences in perceptions of pain created by hot and cold stimuli. You could place some people's hands in a bucket of very cold water for a minute and ask them to rate how painful they thought the experience was on a scale of 1 to 10. You could then ask them to hold a hot corn and again measure the perception of pain. Imagine I was a participant. I would have a single row representing my data. So there would be different column for my name, my gender, my pain perception for cold water, and my pain perception for a hot corn. Reshma, female, 7, 10. The data editor is made up of lots of cells which are boxes in which data values can be placed. When a cell is active, it becomes highlighted in orange. To enter a number into the data editor, simply move to the cell in which you want to place the data value, type the value, then press the appropriate row button for the direction in which you wish to move. The variable view. Before we input any data into the data editor, we need to create the variables. To create variables, we use the variable view of the data editor. To access this view, click on the variable view tab at the bottom of the data editor. The contents of the window will change as shown in the figure. The SPSS viewer. Alongside the SPSS data editor window, there is a second window known as the SPSS viewer. The SPSS viewer displays all of the output from SPSS like analysis results, graphs, error messages, etc. The following figure shows the basic layout of the viewer window. On the right hand side, there is a large space in which the output is displayed. The SPSS displays both graphs and the results of statistical analysis in this part of the viewer. It is also possible to edit a graph or table by double-clicking on it. There is a tree diagram on the left-hand side of the viewer that displays the structure of the output. This tree diagram provides an easy way of accessing specific parts of the output, which is useful when you have conducted several analyses. The tree structure is fairly self-explanatory every time you do something in SPSS, such as drawing a graph or running a statistical procedure. It lists this procedure as a main heading. If you want to share your SPSS output with other people, you don't have SPSS statistics installed, you have two choices. Export the output into a software package that they do have, such as Microsoft Word, or in the portable document format PDF. The syntax editor. SPSS syntax is a language of commands for carrying out statistical analysis and data manipulations. Most of the time you will do the things you need to use using SPSS dialog boxes, but SPSS syntax can be useful. For one thing, there are certain things you can do with syntax that you can't do through dialog boxes. The second reason for using syntax is if you often carry out very similar analysis on data sets. In these situations, it is often quicker to do the analysis and save the syntax as you go along. The syntax window has a navigation area, rather like the viewer window. When you have a larger file of syntax commands, this navigation area can be helpful for negotiating your way to the bit of syntax that you actually need. Once you have typed in your syntax, you have to turn it using the Run menu. A syntax window top and a syntax window with some syntax in its bottom is given in the figure. Saving and retrieving files. When attempting to save files from the SPSS software, it is important to first remember that the only information that is saved is what is in the current window. For example, if the currently displayed window contains the output from an analysis, the only information that will be contained in the resulting file is the output. The information from the data editor will not be saved. In order to save the information from the data editor, it must be active window by selecting window at the top of the screen and then selecting the data editor. Once the data editor has been made the active window, it can be saved as well. After selecting Save or Save As, the Save dialog box will appear. The name of the data file can be entered in the box labeled File Name, and the directory in which the file is saved can be changed by selecting the down arrow on the right side of the box labeled Save In. You can save data in formats other than SPSS. Three of the most useful are Microsoft Excel files, XLS, XLSX, comma separated values CSV, and tab delimited text DAT. To load files into SPSS, use the File Open menu to open a viewer file. Navigate to wherever you saved the files and open it. Well, now let us summarize the session. SPSS is a window-based program that can be used to perform data entry and analysis and to create tables and graphs. In this module, the basics concepts of SPSS software is introduced. This module gives an account of the SPSS model and various windows in it. The module also explains the data editor, the SPSS viewer, and the syntax editor in detail. Saving and retrieving of SPSS files are also discussed in the last session. Thank you for watching today's program. Hope this session was enriching. Goodbye.